We saw Steve Young become a franchise icon to the San Francisco 49ers after years of being Joe Montana's understudy. Even Aaron Rodgers was Brett Favre's backup for 3 years before becoming the star that he is today. But not all backup quarterbacks get the chance to shine as a starter. I'm Justin for Action, and today we take a look at 10 NFL backup quarterbacks who could be starters. Just a note, we didn't include backups like Tony Romo, Mark Sanchez, and Matt Schaub, who each spent many years as a starter. Also, a big shout out to Ben J for suggesting this list to us. We do hope you enjoy this video, and if you do, feel free to click subscribe down below for more cool videos every single day. Number 10, Brett Hundley. Hundley was drafted in the 5th round by the Green Bay Packers in the 2015 NFL Draft. Thing is, the guy's completed 2 passes on 10 attempts for 17 yards and an interception. Not exactly inspiring numbers, but the fact he gets to learn from Aaron Rodgers bodes well for Hundley. There's nothing like learning from one of the league's best quarterbacks. Matt Flynn shined on occasions as Rodgers' backup in Green Bay. The athletic Hundley could probably be an above-average starter in the right offense. Number 9, Mike Glennon. Glennon showed a lot of potential with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2013. He started 13 games and completed 59.4% of his passes for 2,608 yards, 19 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. He's played just 8 games since, as he lost the starter's job to Josh McCown in 2014. Glenn's stint as a starter was short. His numbers were solid, but not exactly great. Still, he could be a decent quarterback if he had the right opportunity and resources. The Houston Texans would be a good fit. Number 8, Chase Daniel. Daniel spent 3 seasons as a backup for Drew Brees in New Orleans. Learning from him and offensive guru head coach Sean Payton surely had to do something for his development. Thing is, Daniel's career has been highlighted by coming on in relief for the starter late in games. He had a solid outing in Week 17 of 2013, completing 16 passes for 157 yards, nearly upsetting the Chargers on the road. Daniel looks like a solid game manager. With so many geniuses training him in the past, we bet he could unleash it all as a starter. Number 7, Geno Smith. He spent 2 seasons as a New York Jets starter, but didn't really pull it together. Smith became a backup after a teammate broke his jaw and Ryan Fitzpatrick assumed starting duties for the 2015 and 16 seasons. But it's hard to see Smith as a starter given his mediocre play in 2013 and 14. But the man is a dual threat. He can run with his legs and would be a great game manager if he just cut down on the turnovers. If Smith played in a place like Denver, which runs a conservative offense, we bet Smith would like to play the 2013 second-rounder the Jets thought they drafted. Number 6, E.J. Manuel. Manuel started 10 games for the Buffalo Bills in 2013, his rookie season. Manuel completed just 58.8% of his passes for 1,972 yards with 11 touchdowns, 9 picks, and 3 fumbles. Hardly inspiring. Manuel lost the starting job to Kyle Orton in 2014, before Tyrod Taylor became the full-time starter in 2015. Thing is, Manuel never had the right resources to succeed. If he was given the chance to start with LaShawn McCoy and Sammy Watkins, who are now on the Bills roster, perhaps Manuel would be a quality starter. We saw him in college. He's athletically gifted, but like many quarterbacks, it takes the right system to succeed. Number 5, Landry Jones. Jones burst onto the scene in 2015, having to fill in at times for an injured Ben Roethlisberger. He put together a great game against the Arizona Cardinals, throwing for 168 yards and 2 touchdowns against the eventual NFC runner-up. Jones also had to make a start for an injured Big Ben in Week 7 of the 2016 season against the New England Patriots, too. But Jones completed 61.7% of his passes for 281 yards, throwing 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Looks like playing in a stacked Steelers offense helps Jones. Put him on a team with weapons and he could be a starter, if his few career starts indicate anything. Number 4, Jimmy Garoppolo. Matt Castle led the Patriots to an 11-5 record when Tom Brady went down with a torn ACL. He never became a reliable starter again after being traded to the Kansas City Chiefs, but 2014 second-rounder Jimmy Garoppolo provides something that the Patriots' previous backups didn't. In Week 1 of the 2016 season against the heavily favored Arizona Cardinals, Garoppolo completed 72.7% of his passes for 264 yards and a touchdown in a winning effort. The next week, he tossed 3 touchdowns before a shoulder injury kept him out of the next 2 games. Then Tom Brady returned from his 4-game suspension, and he's not going anywhere anytime soon. But make no mistake, Garoppolo is a major talent who has learned from Brady and Bill Belichick. He knows how to play at the NFL level, and he would surely be a great starter elsewhere. Number 3, Matt Moore. Moore replaced an injured Ryan Tannehill in Week 14 of the 2016 NFL season, with their playoff hopes on life support. All he did over the final 3 weeks of the season is complete over 63% of his passes for 674 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. And yes, Miami made the playoffs for the first time since 2008. Moore also played in 13 games during the 2011 season, tossing 16 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. Sounds like a capable starter to us. Number 2, A.J. McCarron. The former Alabama standout currently holds a clipboard for a living as Andy Dalton's understudy in Cincinnati. But don't forget about his incredible run in the 2015 season. McCarron had to make 4 starts for Andy Dalton, who fractured his thumb in Week 14. In 4 games as a starter, McCarron threw for 851 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 2 picks. He also nearly led the Bengals to their first playoff win since 1991. But the defense took some costly penalties against the Steelers and ruined a great game for McCarron. The man was a star in Alabama, and he did just fine in Cincinnati during his brief run as a starter. If he gets the chance, he could be a great starter on another team. And number 1, Drew Stanton. Stanton spent time as a Detroit Lions backup before becoming Andrew Luck's understudy with the Indianapolis Colts. After starter Carson Palmer went down with a torn ACL during the 2014 season, Stanton became a starter and won 6 of the 9 games he played in. He threw for 1,711 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions over that span. A sprained MCL and infection caused Stanton's season to end in December. Backup Ryan Lindley did just enough to guide Arizona to the playoffs, but the Carolina Panthers beat them in the wild card round. We saw enough of Stanton to be convinced that he deserves a chance as a starter, period, end of story. What other backups do you think could be starters? Join us in the comments below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps us out a ton and we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to Total Pro Sports though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.